for a force buy, fearing that maybe Gambit have taken the lead too far already.
I think the AKs for sure. I think actually getting the bomb down that way, of course, it's more ideal to win the pistol round and start with a better economy. But I feel like Astralis are a team that will be very confident with those AKs, and they know that they'll have the weapon advantage too, in that third round into the second half. So it could be quite a nice spot for them to reset Gambit straight away. So all is not lost yet for Astralis, thanks to getting the bomb down, which almost didn't happen. So they will have to just be thankful for that. And we'll have to see if Astralis can get any kills here to pressure the economy of their opponents, as that nade will miss completely. Dren, though, in a great position, more or less. Combining with Mo, the scout in middle. So things looking pretty good here. And slowly but surely, we're starting to see all the Danish players being cleaned up.
It is a bit fiddly from a Dren's position to headshot people who are crouching, bobbing up and down on the Xbox. But only losing one player, Gambit will be quite happy with that. All their players opting for full armor, obviously, which is always important. There was a match recently where someone didn't. I think it was Stewie, wasn't it? It was Stewie who didn't have a helmet in that round, and then got wrecked.
But one thing here is that Gambit, they're playing Dust 2, right? And they know the AKs are very likely coming out, and we see, the MP9s and Scouts and so on, and they know that the MP9 is coming out. Sorry, the AK is coming out against the MP9 and the Scout. So there's a really big advantage in that sense for Astralis on how they can play some of the ranges and open spaces on this map.
Well, Hooch and Dren, again, dynamic duo it seems. That nade will be a bit of a giveaway towards short, but I can't imagine they're going to expect Hooch coming in at short range here with the MP9. But there's a two-man, so maybe they were expecting it after all.
Hey!
And the aggression from Gambit falling to pieces here. Not many numbers left. The only one with a primary rifle, I would say, is a Dren in this situation. Could argue Dozier as well. So how much damage can Gambit do? We know they're going to be buying in the following rounds. A Dren with 2 frags so far, actually. This is interesting. Dozier playing around the smoke. This could still go the way of Gambit now. Through the smoke, Dozier. What's going on?
What's your problem?
That is going to feel quite frustrating for Device. Nothing you can do about that. And now Mo takes down Glaive. And things are awkward for Zipex. 1 versus 3, but he has a minute to play with and an AK-47. So this is, and a smoke as well. So there's a lot of ways for him to get onto a bomb site with the smoke. But he's looking to get the frag first. He gets tagged by the Scout, and that's probably one of the worst engagements that he can find himself in. 1 versus 1 against the Scout. I mean, you could definitely sense that he was hungry to try to get a frag very quickly. Because obviously if he turns it into a 1 versus 1 before he's picked a bomb site, then the CTs are in it's much harder to play that position. Then obviously he picks a bomb site, tries to plant, and then everyone can come in and rotate and play 3 versus 1 or something. So he's really going to win the round there. And Astralis are in troubles right now because they are 6 rounds behind, and Gambit are going to build a very good economy.
They are in very deep waters indeed. Device, the only man with a deagle in this situation, and he needs to go nuclear with this because they are soon to be 7 rounds behind. If they can't get some work done, there's a nice dink onto Dozier, gets his bell rung towards the long doors position, and if they can pick up his weapon there, then there might be trouble ahead for Gambit. Nice nade coming in though, Glaive will get taken out, and there's nobody left towards long, which is going to give Dozier a bit of a range advantage, but they're all headed towards short, so he may get taken down nonetheless. And funnily enough, it seems they're rotating Dozier away from the long position, so that gun isn't isolated, putting a Dren there, but that means he's running straight into the weapons, and there down he goes to Zipex there, the bomb getting planted as well.
Yeah, beautiful result from Astralis with the run boost.
What's your problem?
Mo is cleaning up though. 3 quick kills, although he will go down, and in the end, that's a bomb plant and 2 frags, which with the investment of Astralis is that, again, a really brilliant result. And obviously they are a lot of rounds behind, but this is going to be at least something for them to try to get back into this one with. And but the thing is they can't really put a foot wrong at this point because Gambit are a mere 3 rounds away. So Astralis have to get it done immediately. If they were to win a round and then lose one, then they're pretty much out of this one because they just won't have any money from that point forward. So Astralis have to make it happen with a really big string of rounds, and maybe we need to see that opening from Carrigan that we were talking about earlier, and opening up the map, get those mid pushers going.
Yeah, it's now or never for